Carla Zeus. Today's episode features the Chinese architecture, all about emperors, and random facts about China. Chinese formed an amazing society, and it is recognized for many things. Being its unique architecture, Chinese are very determined people. For example, back in 220 BC, people started something that would eventually be seen from space, known as the Great Wall of China, the longest wall in the world.
It is 12,427 miles long.
They were determined because it took 1,864 years to build the longest wall, and they stayed committed the whole time. As a result, the Chinese were very determined and committed people.
As China opened up to the modern world, their architecture has also improved. Now, in modern-day China, the architecture is much different. It is very futuristic and advanced. Modern China architecture is the most amazing architecture in the world. For example, the piano house was built in 2007, and it is the shape of a piano, and it is made entirely of glass. And it is one of the most unique buildings in China. Modern-day China architecture is super amazing and unique. China has truly grown over time, especially the architecture. How does the architecture relate to ancient China? Well, for starters, the Chinese are, and always have been, very determined people. For example, they built the Great Wall of China, and later on, they built the piano house in 2007. They are very determined people, as it took them almost 2,000 years to build the Great Wall of China, and they built the piano house, which is made of hundreds of black glass panels, and they stayed determined the entire time.
Qin Shi Huang.
A great man. He was the very first emperor of China and was a super successful person. For example, he started building the Great Wall of China and laid the foundation for ancient China. He also started postal systems as well as irrigation systems. Very strong-willed, and China will never forget him for all he has done for the culture.
10-second trivia. How old was the youngest emperor? 14 months old, 14 years old, 3 years old, or 9 years old? And the answer is 3 years old.
Age is apparently not an issue when deciding who can be an emperor of China. For example, the last emperor of medieval China was only 3 years old when he was in power. You'd think they would pick someone who could at least say the alphabet to be their ruler, but China decided that the emperor would be a toddler.
Random fact time.
In China, they have been using chopsticks for over 4,000 years to eat. For example, in northern China, the Chinese used spoons and chopsticks as eating utensils. Spoons were used to eat food that included grains such as wheat or milk. Chopsticks were used to eat food that did not include grains unless it was rice. In southern China, the grain mostly eaten by ancient Chinese was rice, which is easy to eat with chopsticks as the rice grains stick together. Chopsticks acceptance as an eating tool, which was easier in the south as a clump of rice was easy to pick up from a bowl.
That is all we have for today's video. I hope you have a rice day. Don't forget to look for grain while you have that rice day. I'm Carla Zeus, and you're watching Disney Channel. Bye. Welcome to this episode of CNN 10 News. Determined because it took Go.
China is...
Okay,
However, how does the architecture relate to ancient China? For starters, the Chinese are
the great man. He was the great man. He was the very first emperor of China and was a very successful person. It goes up to like 1,000 degrees.
No, it's as hot as a volcano. That's what they said. That's what they told me in elementary school.
Age is apparently not an issue when deciding. You'd think the ruler. Oh my God, Mr. Hall. You'd think they would pick someone. Oh my God. I need to
Just keep going.
That
You
could. No.
Never